Hey everybody, thank you for joining and welcome back to Naomi's Scrappy Retreat. I hope that you have some time to just sit back and either relax, drink some coffee, drink some water, drink some tea, whatever you prefer to drink. And then again, maybe you want to try to craft along with me. So this is kind of going to be a little different, I think, than some of my typical things that I craft. But I think it's going to be fairly simple. So let me just show you what we're going to be using. We're going to be using a glue gun, which is off to my right. And then I found these dollar picks at, well, they're 98-cent picks at Walmart several weeks ago, and I just love them. I thought they were so pretty, but I knew I wanted two of them, and unfortunately they only had two. And I knew I wanted to make a wreath from them. So I think I'm just going to make a really simple wreath. This wreath form is actually from the Dollar Tree. And then I purchased, this is just a burlap roll. It is 5 inches by 30 feet long. And again, I don't remember how much I paid. It was probably somewhere around $5 or a little less. It was in Walmart under the in the flower section on one of the shelves. They have actually different colors, which I almost picked up a yellow, but I decided I better just pick this up instead. And then this is from the Dollar Tree as well. And then I actually bought these ribbons off of Amazon. And so this is probably what we're going to be using. I haven't decided yet if I'll be using this one and how this one will come into play. So I think that's kind of all we need to do right now, and need to talk about. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut off, and I think I'm just going to leave, you know, the picks just as they are. I don't think I want to pull them apart. You know, it always stinks when you have to pull apart or trim, you know, your pick or your flowers, and then you want to decide to use them later and then you can't. So I think I'm able to use them just as they are. We'll get them assembled on the wreath. I don't think it'll be too big, so we'll see. This is kind of what I was looking at, and again, I haven't completely decided if this is the complete route I'm going to take yet or not. I was thinking maybe like doing some sort of sign across here too. But I don't have like a backboard to do that with. I just have like a, you know, like a regular sign. I'm trying to find it right now. So it's, you know, it's just like the little thankful sign or the welcome sign that you can also get at the Dollar Tree. So, you know, I think if I just put it like this, it's not going to work, but, I may be able to just attach it to some burlap. I also have some skinnier burlap that I got from the Dollar Tree, so I may be able to do that, but I definitely want to do the welcome and not the thankful, I think. I may just do the thankful, since that's what I have here. So I'm going to hold on to this, and then I'll also grab the smaller thing of burlap. So this is kind of what you need to get started. So let me kind of clear my area now so we can craft together, and I hope that you are ready and able to craft with me. And if you like this, I hope you'll stay, and I hope that you'll like this and give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, I would appreciate if you would subscribe. That would just help me out a lot, and it would really mean a lot. So if you have any comments about, you know, how this project goes, I would love to hear from you. I'm always open to new ideas. Sometimes I see things that other crafters do and I'm like, ooh, I want to try that. So I don't always have my own original ideas. I often see things and then just make them different. This one, however, I was thinking of when I picked up these picks. I was actually thinking a larger you know, wreath form, but this is what I have to work with, so that's what I'm gonna do. And then I just remembered I had this. So give me a second, I will be right back, and then we will get started. Okay, so what you can't see is I have this huge pile in front of me, and I did find my, it looks like it's like a little over 2 inches of burlap, and I think that thankful sign, which I threw somewhere, where did I throw it? Here. It's gonna fit pretty close, so I think this is what I really want to use to span that. So now I just have to decide when this is all put together if I want to, how I want to actually place it. If I want to place it where the ribbon is on this side, or if I want to put the ribbon down and then do this across this way. So we're going to kind of just play with this as we go. And then you can always, you know, this is just a guide, so you can always do something different. Now, there are easier ways to do this. Excuse me. There are easier methods. You know, to get this on here to get better coverage, because this actual burlap does not have really good coverage. I don't know if you can see, but you can see the green. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to double wrap. So the difficulty with double wrap is that you know, you obviously use more. So the good thing is, though, is that you do not have to use as much glue. So I'm just going to wrap this. I'm going to fast forward because you don't need to watch me do the whole thing. And I really will probably stop talking because I'll forget what I'm doing. And so I'm going to go ahead and speed forward. I want to make sure I have good coverage. So that's what it looks like. It's you know, I don't know if you noticed, but when I started it was nice and smooth, and then something happened here, and I don't know if when I dropped the roll it did something, but then it started looking a little poofier. But it actually is very cute. So again, this is where we're going to have our ribbon when we get to that point. And it is a very wide ribbon, so I'm going to do one piece of wide ribbon, and then we're going to do the bows that go over top of it. So just give me a second and we will get the ribbon. I think we're going to do the ribbon first and then we'll put the flowers on, but I don't know. Let me get my other crafts in front of me and then we'll go from there. Okay, so in playing with this, I just wanted to get a couple ideas. I decided, so the raw edge that we have here, it's actually going to be covered up because I'm going to go ahead and do the thankful sign this way, and then put the greenery this way with the bow here, just because it's, if I did the bow here and tried to put the thankful sign this way, you know, most of the thankful sign is going to be covered up because this is a smaller wreath form. So I really wanted to just, I wanted to make sure that that thankful sign was being seen. So now we're going to get to cover up this little bit of raw edge that's underneath that just doesn't look the greatest. But so just put extra hot glue, and of course be very careful because there's very large holes here. Now, you know, when you do this, or you know, if you don't do this, but you know, when you're watching the video and you're like, well, why didn't you use this, or why didn't you do this, I would love to hear like your idea. Like if you think that there was a different material I could have used, and I probably could use like a different ribbon, but I really wanted to try to keep with the you know, with the neutral theme palette as much as possible. So that's kind of why I did some of what I did. Now this one's going to be a little tricky because we have to put the ribbon over top. We have to put the burlap over top, and then bring the other burlap up from underneath. So this is where you have to be super careful so you don't burn yourself. And then just make sure that that is well attached. So it actually worked out a little bit. It actually worked out okay. I wish I could have put that more on top so you wouldn't see that as much, but it's totally fine the way it is. I'm just going to add a little bit more glue just to make sure that that kind of falls in through the holes and doesn't move. You know, unfortunately, sometimes the underneath of your stuff does not always look the best because of however you're attaching it. But I do like that. I like how that looks. I like the two different contrasting burlaps right there. And so again, this was also from the Dollar Tree. It's there were a couple, I think, different colors for this too, and I only got the burlap that was the neutral color. So then I really don't want to cut down the pick. I really want to keep it like this. So, you know, I'm thinking if we can just hot glue this together, I'm going to wire wrap it and then hot glue it together. Then when we put the bigger ribbon around it, you're not going to see that at all. So because they're like rectangular, the way they put them together, they're rectangular. So I'm going to try to put a bead of hot glue. Now, as you can see, I've got leaves going every which way. I have pumpkins going every which way. The good thing is this is very good wire, so it is very movable. So while that finishes drying, I'm going to reach up here where I have some craft wire and just pull off a piece of that. And again, if you don't have craft wire, it's fine. You could use jute, you could use ribbon. I just, you know, I have craft wire. The other thing you could use is this this jute that comes in a 3-roll pack, which is in the hardware section of the Dollar Tree. This would be a really inexpensive use too, and then you also have that look over top of it. But I think like I said, I'm just going to use this. So and that will just help keep it secure so it's not going to move. You could hang this out on the front door if you want. It's, you know, it's not necessarily real weatherproof, but it would definitely hold up. So I definitely do not see a reason why you could not put this outside. It will not have any spray or anything on it. So if it gets a lot of rain, or if it gets, you know, a lot of sun, it may fade a little bit. And then you know, it just, with anything, things are going to fade over time. It doesn't matter what it is. It's, you know, it's really rare to get something that isn't going to fade. So I'm just kind of trying to get the leaves to where they look okay, and get them so that they're not stuck to everything, get them moving, get everything in the right location because things moved. Look, I had this sitting with something else. And see how you have your pine cones in all different directions. So I love the flexibility in these. And again, they were only 98 cents at Walmart. So you cannot beat that. So I don't know. I may just play with it more after I get it done. You don't need to keep, you know, seeing all of that. So I am gonna secure it with just some hot glue. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get my ribbon ready. So while I do the ribbon and make the ribbon, I am not a very good ribbon maker. So while I do that, I'm just gonna go ahead and speed it up. I'm also gonna go ahead and attach the thankful sign. Just so you know, hot glue gets very cold really quickly on this. And so if you are not super quick, it is not gonna stay. It's not going to stick well. But what I can say is, like, if you're working on a harder surface, you could use E6000. It's a little harder with E6000 because of the burlap. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a couple things of hot glue on this. I'm going to put it down, and then I will probably put like 1 or 2 little small areas that have this this wire on it, just so that way it does not fall off. And I'll probably do it toward the bottom because it's going to be partially covered anyhow with this sort of greenery eucalyptus stuff. So I just wanted to make you aware of that if you've not worked with this very often. But again, this is from the Dollar Tree and it comes in a pack of 3. So I just do the bigger sections. And then try to even it up as much as possible. And that is so cute the way it is. All right, I'm gonna speed it up as I do the ribbon and also do the wire around it. Okay, so I have hot glued the back of this to here. I'm gonna hot glue this onto here, and this bow and everything is a mess right now, so just ignore it for a second. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, after I hot glue it, I wanna tie this around it again. That way we can be assured that it is not going to move if you have it outside, or you know, you're taking it up and down, or whatever the case may be. You do not have to do this. If you are fine, you can totally leave it as just you know, just the hot glue, and it should be fine and not have an issue. Notice I said should, but I really think it should be fine. So I just love how this looks. So I'm just going to press this down for a minute, and then while that is drying, because I used a lot of hot glue, it's very hot, I can't really, I'm going to pull tight up on it and then tie this. But I think I want the bow to be more up centered, but I can always move that. I don't know, I'm kind of just playing with it right now, so I don't know if I want that bow showing. I don't think I do. So we are just going to go ahead and make a knot, tie it off, and be done with it. And so what I'm gonna do is just, I don't know where the best place is, probably on the other side, but it is pretty stuck. So I'm just gonna hope for the best. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna put this under here and hot glue that down. That way you can't see those ends. Now we can fluff it up. And I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do for the for hanging it. So I am still up in the air about that. Yeah, up in the air, get it? Sorry, bad joke. I have plenty of them. So now let's just go ahead and fluff it, see how we like it. There's, you know, not a lot of ribbon on here, which I didn't want. Sometimes I think that the ribbon is way too long, and I just wanted just something a little. I didn't want a lot. And, oh, I love that. I really, really, really love this. Oh my goodness, it's so much cuter even than I thought. Even though my bow is way off centered, it's just adorable. So you can play with this more if you want to. And I had originally thought about putting this, but I don't think I like that. So I think what I'm going to do is stick to the trusty old jute and just do a hanging up here. And then what I might do is just, I have a little bow and I may just attach that at the top. But again, I don't know. So I just need to cut this off. You know, sometimes the hanging portion is the toughest. Like I don't know, I sometimes don't know how to finish it. And I think the hanging part is the most important part. So what are your favorite ways to finish a product or a project that you've been doing? So this should fit, like, it shouldn't be an issue. So I have this bow that I started the other day, and I think, you know what, I think I'm just going to use this. I don't remember what it was originally for, but I ended up changing my mind. And of course, now that I've cut that off, I didn't cut that off evenly. So now I got to take some of this tip off of here just because I messed up. So, you know what, it's yours, so you make it how you want. You put on it whatever you want. I don't know. I think I am just going to, again, and this is a little tricky because there's not like a lot of surface, and this part here, ouch, is going to be, you know, it's going to be touched a lot. So I don't know if this was a good idea or not, but I guess we'll see. So I do like that. I really do like that. It is burning my fingers, but I still like it. So I think that is super cute like that. So that, I think that's it. I'm just gonna fluff up the leaves a little bit more, take a picture of it, add it to the end of this. Tell me what you think. You know, would you have done something differently? Do you have any tips or tricks for putting that on? Again, I appreciate you watching. Please give it a thumbs up. And again, if you're not already subscribed and haven't ever hit a notification bell, please do so. That way, whenever I post something new, you'll see that as well. And thank you again. So I pray that you have a wonderful, blessed day and stay peaceful.